Hello, welcome to today's Pick a Card reading. So today we are getting self-love messages and advice from your spirit guides. So we have three groups to choose from. Here's group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. So use your intuition and see what card is calling to you. Maybe there's more than one. There is no wrong answer. Do what feels right. You can pause this if you need more time to decide. There are timestamps and chapters below. I will see you in your reading. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. So today we're getting self-love messages, self-love advice from your spirit guides. So let's take a moment to call them in. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides of the highest vibrational frequency of group number 1, please be with us today to provide the most meaningful, accurate, self-love messages for group number 1 at this time. Thank you for your clear and accurate messages, and thank you, group number 1, for being here. So I was going to do a different type of love reading today. I'm thinking Friday I'll do love readings because it is day of Venus, but you know what? All love starts from within, and oh gosh. Sorry if you hear that. Hopefully it's not too loud. I thought the landscapers were done, but they're still here. But anyways, it's really important that we love ourselves, and our guides really want us to take care of ourselves, to love ourselves as well. And that's definitely coming through today. They are wanting me to do this reading over others. So yeah, let's get some messages from your guides and see what messages they have, how you can incorporate more self-love, any other messages and advice from your guides. Thank you for your clear and accurate messages again. What is the main self-love message that you have for group number 1? What is the main message you have for group number 1? What self-care practice should group number 1 focus on at this time? And what self-love, or what action is not in alignment with self-love that they can wait and not do this month? What may group number 1 be blind to in regards to their self-love? And what should group number 1 avoid? What's hurting their self-love? And what is the overall action and advice for group number 1? Okay, let's see. Can't really see the camera well, so I'm sorry if I'm like moving these around trying to make sure they're in frame. Let's see what the bottom of the deck is for a message. Ace of Cups. Oh my gosh, this is the love card. I feel like this self-love practice might be a little new for you guys. Or maybe you've had a self-love practice, more self-love for yourself in the past, and lately you may not have felt that way. But your guides are really drawing you here today to this reading to communicate with you to start a new love relationship with yourself. So love yourself more, to have a new deep, like emotional, beautiful connection with yourself. And it is totally possible. I know we're really hard on ourselves, but your guides love you so much, and they're so excited you're here, and they're so excited for you to start a new journey of self-love. So yeah, let's see, can you see this? I'll put it right here, because this is so important. I love that the Ace of Cups is like pretty much the main energy, along with this Chariot reverse. And I really feel like this feeling I'm getting that this is a new journey that you'll be beginning, or that you're thinking about beginning. I mean, of course, you have free will, you do as you please, but your guides are pushing you to start a self-care practice. And I feel like it hasn't been happening because there's like some energy here of lack of forward movement in that department. So main message here, self-love message, is the Chariot reversed. You perhaps might have some trouble making decisions sometimes, and that could be a sign of not being sure of yourself and not having self-confidence and self-love. So I feel like if you need a reason to start a self-love practice or to love yourself more, this is one. It'll make things flow in life a lot easier, like decision making a bit easier, just life in general. You'll just have a clearer direction of where you're going. So I feel like you might also be really busy, go, and maybe your schedule and stuff like that has been taking a toll on you, and has been why you haven't been able to practice as much self-care as you may like. So if there's any opportunity, to take some time out, slow down a little bit, and practice self-love in whatever way works for you. Even just taking some time to rest is self-love. To not always be on the move, not always be, catering to other people, just to take some time to yourself alone. Like, maybe you can have like your little furry friends with you and whatever, whoever you want with you, but like just taking some time out just to like relax. What is it you like to do? Just to sleep a little bit more. Perhaps like just adding like 15 to 30 more minutes of sleep a night could do wonders. Like, have you ever like, like the days I sleep my desired amount, my like perfect amount of sleep for me, which is more than the average person, but like, I think who came up with some of these numbers? Like, I mean, I think it's great to sleep at least 8, but for me, I like to sleep 9.5 and I feel amazing. But when I sleep 6, like I did the other day, I was really tired, but I couldn't think as clear. And that could be really leading to not being able to make decisions, or just feeling a little bit cloudy and hazy and not sure what, maybe not being quick with certain things. And that could be a sign of being a little bit too tired. Your body needs more rest. And when you take more time to rest, then, you'll be able to think more clearly, and everything will just flow a lot easier in life. So yeah, I know it's hard sometimes to fit it into busy schedules, but really like just adding like 15 minutes a day, and also add 15 minutes in the morning too for yourself, like at least like, because I know a lot of people like they get up, they check their phone, they go right to doing all the things. Spirit wants you to like just eat, just not be so rushed, and do something every morning. Like if you do have kids or something, or like your caretaker, whatever it is, or you have an early job, like still getting up a little bit earlier and spending time doing something you love, like doing some stretches, like having some tea or coffee and like sitting outside for 10 minutes, getting like some sun can do wonders, like, but without your phone, maybe reading a chapter of your book, doing some yoga, just sitting in silence if you're about to have a really hectic day. It's going to be different for everyone, but those are some things to consider. And then for what Spirit wants you to do now, or focus on now for self-love, we have the 6 of Swords reversed, which is another movement card along with like the Chariot, and this is making me think like slow down. And I feel like there's something here, maybe since if you've been stressed or on the go and stuff, maybe it's been harder for you to connect with your intuition and your spirit guides. And that will improve if you do take more time to rest. Also, the 6 of Swords can be like staying in situations too long that don't serve us. Perhaps there's some situations in life that might not be the best for you, and like maybe some toxic relationships, like energy vampire type people in your life that are draining. Is there any way you can spend a little less time with them? I know it's hard. You can't just cut everyone off, but obviously if you can, something to consider. So I'm going to take a sip of tea. That's something to do. Like, you don't want to, the more self-love for yourself you have, the less likely you are to stay in situations that aren't good for you. Are there people in your life or situations in your life that aren't treating you well? Like, a lot of times our environments are a reflection or a mirror of ourselves and how we like love ourselves. So the more you respect yourself, the more you love yourself, the more you'll have those types of relationships or be treated that way by other people. So there might be some situations that are making you feel down or not treating you right, and that's something to evaluate. And it can be, it doesn't mean you have to like leave every situation. Since this is reversed, I don't feel like there's any message here to like just run away. I mean, obviously if you feel like something's unsafe, whatever, you do what you feel is right. But I feel like it's more like working on yourself will actually like improve relationships and improve situations, environments in your life. The more you respect yourself, the more love you give yourself. So what can wait? We have the Lovers reversed. There's something here with like a choice, and not, because the Lovers card could obviously represent relationships and lovers, but it also represents choices, big choices in life. And look at this Chariot card. There's a choice to be made. It's like this way or that way, and she's confused, and this is reversed, and so is the Lovers. So I feel like Spirit wants you to like slow down. Maybe there is a big decision that you have to make, whether to stay or leave, or like any situation. Look, we have the Death card here too. There's oh my goodness. There's some decision that needs to be made that you might not be aware of at this time. Because this death card is in the what you may be blind to position. So I'm kind of jumping ahead, but these all tie together. Oh, for a second I thought I wasn't filming. I was like, oh no. Sorry, I'm really thirsty for tea for some reason. Tea might be really soothing for you guys. But what you don't realize is that there's like a new doorway of opportunity for you. You might be in a situation that isn't serving you, and like you might know this deep down, but you're not really aware that there's like better out there for you. And for some reason this relates to your self-love. And like I feel like Spirit wants you to realize that there's so many opportunities for you. This could be anything. It does not have to be a relationship, but it could be. This is just like life in general. Like I feel like you might miss out on opportunities because you don't believe you, like internally you might not believe that you're worthy or that you're not good enough. And this is like with a lot of people's problems and their healing, almost always it comes down to feelings of not feeling worthy or not feeling good enough. So that I think Spirit's drawing your attention to that so you don't miss out on any new opportunities, any new paths. Because there might be some decision or some opportunity that's coming up. And I feel like Spirit doesn't want you to miss out on it. But at the same time, I feel like there's some energy here of not leaving a current situation too for some of you. Perhaps you like in the fight or flight, like we all have these reactions in certain situations, or our stress response, our nervous system, and you might be someone that flees situations that are uncomfortable for you, just avoid them, and that could be something here that Spirit's like, maybe it's just sit with it, sit with yourself, work through this, and you don't need to run away. And that could be just very specific. And I feel like that's getting out of the scope of like self-love, but this is tying into it for sure. For some of you, there could be a new relationship coming, but like you might miss out on it, but like if you take this time right now to work on self-love and healing, then this will, you'll get this new opportunity, this new relationship. With the Ace of Cups, this can talk about new love. I feel like a lot of this is about loving yourself. But if you feel like stuck in a bad relationship or stuck without a relationship, Spirit wants you to know that taking time out to work on yourself and love yourself is how you're going to attract a great partner. And this doesn't always have to be a romantic partner. This could be like your best friend, your soul family, your amazing work partner, like any sort of close relationship. The more you like work on loving yourself, the more your vibration is going to raise and you're going to draw this into your life. And Spirit really wants you to work on that right now. And what to avoid, we have the Page of Pentacles, and look, he has like a map and he's on some like new journey. I feel like there's like big change coming for you soon, but there's like preparatory work phase you're in right now. And this preparatory work to like advance this next stage of life for you is to work on yourself, your healing, your self-love. And then you'll have you'll be able to be more decisive, know where you're going, be with the right people. In overall action advice, we have the King of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, I feel like Spirit wants you to work on your feelings of abundance. Like, how can you bring more abundance into your life? And in what areas may you be also possibly too indulgent? There's something here with maybe like one area of self-love that's good. It's good for our health. Everything is just really paying attention to the foods we put into our body, the substances we put into our body. They reflect every area of our life. Like, it'll make our skin look better, our body, like our minds will think clearer when we eat clean, unprocessed foods. Like, taking care of your body, like, it is a vessel, like, it is your one and only vessel here on this planet or in this lifetime. And Spirit wants you to honor it and take care of it. And there's ways to do that, or to watch what you eat and eat A clean diet, of course, indulge sometimes. You don't need to cut everything out, but eating clean will be really good for you. Maybe taking some time off drinking, just doing like a little detox, like a mild detox for your body. Like, you know, you don't have to like go on a long fast if you don't want to, but I mean, that's something. I'm actually doing that after my period, just like a 2-day fast. Sorry if that's TMI, I don't think so. But like, you're not supposed to fast if you are menstruating. There's like a whole schedule on that. There's a new book that came out that said fast like a girl if you are a female. Just side note, in case anyone that resonates with someone and you want to do that. But also getting outside more and doing some movement, sleeping more. It's like, it seems like all the stuff you always hear, but honestly, the stuff you always hear is what works. It's just doing it is the hardest part. So, and a lot of times people fail at these like things, these lifestyle changes and stuff because they do too much at once. So take baby steps. There's no fast forward momentum in this reading. Spirit wants you to slow down. I think the number one self-care you could do right now is to rest your body more. Like get restoration and sleep. And those are two different things. Like sleep is when you're like not awake at all, you know, obviously, but like restoration are things that like restore your body and feel you. And these are like things that like, this could be like a certain type of yoga, like yoga and nigra, I think it's, what's it called? I don't know. Like sleep meditations before bed can help. There's all, and like doing like activities that you love that are restorative to the body. You can look it up, restoration practices, and they can give you some ideas, but I feel like your diet is definitely coming through here, not indulging too much, but don't, you know, you don't have to abstain from anything. And also your mentality towards abundance. Like, do you have a scarcity mindset? Like, do you think you don't deserve things? Do you think you're not worthy? Do you think you can't have this or that? You know, like working on your thoughts will be really helpful. Oh, hi, Emmy. You're my cat. Hi, babe. Spending time with your animals could be really nice, not in nature. But like, look, this is like pure abundance here. Maybe a little bit too much, you know, the whole cake and wine. And this was reversed. That's what made me think like just moderation and things. In moderation, not only with what you put into your body, but also the thoughts and also what you consume. You want to watch out what you're consuming. Is it leave you feeling depleted, negative, you know? What you consume is really helpful, but the main thing here is Spirit just it's like a preparatory phase here, like I was saying, just to prepare yourself for this new opportunity that's coming into your life. And Spirit doesn't want you to miss it or like not have the confidence or the energy to go for it. Whatever this new doorway will be for you, it will be different for every person. So it's the time to really work on yourself, your confidence. And I know this is like, I'm just giving all this advice here, but it seems like it's just like an overall thing here. And these little things you do every day, don't start like 10 new habits at once. That's just like bound to fail. And like also like practicing habit stacking could be really helpful. Like, so if you already like do something at one time of the day, you can like fit in another like habit right after that you're starting. So like your like mind is triggered to do it. Like maybe if you always go down and get coffee every morning, like in your kitchen, you can like leave something right by it so you see it. Like maybe you want to read a chapter of a book every day. You can leave it there so you remember in the morning to do that. Plug your phone in the other room. Oh, that's random, but that just came through. Okay, now we're going to get some specific advice from Spirit. Spirit, what self-love advice or practice do you recommend group number 1 doing? Interesting. So this is the back. Oh, is that a little animal on her head? Maybe like spending like time with pets is coming through again. Maybe like a little self-massage. This is interesting. Color therapy. I totally do it. I'm wearing like pink for Friday, Venus Day. Color therapy or chromotherapy uses colors and shades to bring balance and well-being. Each color has a unique light wavelength. Color therapy uses the energy of each shade to boost your mental and physical well-being. Colors can bring you into flow, boost creativity, and create a state of contentment and calm. Color is a powerful communication tool and can be used to signal action and influence mood. and it gives a self-care practice here. Set aside 10 minutes, grab your art supplies, begin to draw, use only bright and uplifting colors, and then bring colors strategically into your home. Bright, warm, and uplifting colors promote a good mood and positivity. This can be easily accomplished with a bouquet of flowers. And then questions you can journal on. Am I aware of the colors in my life? Do I choose my colors with awareness? Interesting. Let's try one more. I think I haven't mentioned it. So here's the front. How beautiful. Yoga. Totally life-changing for me personally. Yoga is a beautiful mind-body mindfulness practice. It improves your overall fitness, promoting relaxation and balance. So it's self-care practice. Find the right type of yoga and or instructor that fits you, online or in person. Online, I recommend yoga with Adrienne and yoga with Cassandra. Cassandra is more like yin yoga, so it's like slower. You hold the poses for a longer time, but there's variety on both channels. When you begin to feel out of balance or alignment, find a 10-minute yoga tutorial on YouTube and go through the routine. It may be hard at first to get into it. Persist. Feel the energy in your body begin to loosen up and flow better. Keep going until your body's energy begins to flow again and the stress or tension begins to soften. How does my energy flow through my body? Where is it blocked? Where does it flow freely? Awesome. So that's some self-care practices you can choose to include if you desire. But yeah, I feel like overall, Spirit just wants you to know that something new is coming and just to be open to it and know you deserve it and treat your body well, rest more, love yourself more because you deserve it. Your guides love you so much. I love you so much. I hope you found this reading helpful. If you did enjoy this reading, if you haven't already, please subscribe, like this video, leave a comment if you desire. And I do offer personal readings. My email is in the description if you are interested. But I'm just so grateful you're here. I love you so much. Have a great day, a great present moment. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. Bye, group 1. Hello and welcome to your reading, group number 2. So today we're getting some love messages, some advice for practicing self-love, self-care from your spirit guides. So let's take a moment to call them in. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides of the highest vibrational frequency of group number 2, please be with us today to provide the most meaningful messages for group number 2 at this time. Thank you for your clear and accurate messages, and thank you, group number 2, for being here. And I just turned on my AC because I was starting to sweat at the end of the last reading, so I'm sorry if you hear that. Hopefully it's not too distracting. But let's get started. Spirit, what is the main message for group number 2 that you have regarding self-love? What is the main message you have for group number 2? And what can group number 2 do right now? What can they focus on in regards to self-love, to improve self-love? And what should group number 2 put to the side right now? What isn't contributing to self-love at this time? What may group number 2 be blind to? What should group number 2 avoid completely? What should group number 2, or what is the overall action and advice you have? Bottom of the deck, we have Page of Cups reversed. I can see right away there's some energy here. Perhaps lately you felt uninspired, maybe a lack of creativity, maybe just nothing really new is going on in your life. And it could be because you're feeling some sort of heartbreak, and I'm so sorry if that is the case. Because the main message we have here is the 5 of Cups. And in this card you can see she's very sad, she's spilled over some things, you know, life's just whatever, I don't know, you know, she's upset, something fell over. You know when like you're already upset and then something little happens and you just go spiral? Kind of get that energy, just feeling really upset. It doesn't mean you spilled your wine. Maybe you did. That stinks. I'm sorry. Hopefully you have another bottle. But this is just really focusing on something that didn't work out and missing out on the rest of life because you're so focused on whatever's made you upset. Spirit is drawing your attention to the beauty in life that surrounds you. There might have been some shitty things that happened recently, or maybe it wasn't even recent, but it still lingers and you're still upset. But Spirit's trying to draw your attention to the beauty that's within you and around you. You know, sometimes things don't work out because there's better for you. And it's hard to believe when you're in the thick of it, when you're feeling really down. But there's so much, like, beauty, like, so much good. Just right next to you. You're so close to it. So Spirit's trying to draw your attention to that, and also to uplift your spirit, because you might be feeling feelings of loneliness, hopelessness, like you'll never find someone else, you'll never XYZ, you know. And Spirit's like, that's not true. There's so much good ahead of you. So much. And what Spirit wants you to focus on right now, instead of focusing on the stuff that's happened in the past that's upset you, something that will really be good for you to, like, one, to get your mind off it, but also just to make life more interesting and fun, is a new beginning. Ace of Wands. Finding a passion, finding a hobby, finding something that just inspires you. Look, that we had that Page of Cups reversed here. So I feel like whatever's been going on has been stopping you from finding new hobbies, doing new things. And the pages are new beginnings too. And here, like, you know, are some ideas too in the card of what new things you can do that can get that fire lit up inside of you again, to make you feel alive, make you feel happy, passionate, excited. One thing, you can learn some new things. Pick up some new books. Go to the library. Use your Kindle, whatever it is, you know. Learn something new. Travel if you can, you know. Maybe getting into, like, magical practices of some sort. Like, are you into tarot, witchcraft, anything like that, you know? Like, maybe get a book on that and you can learn more about it. And anything creative. Especially since we have this page here with the art, and then we have this, like, little art thing here. I don't know, I can't think of the name right now. Maybe you can join, like, a new class to learn painting, or just do it at home alone or with a friend, you know? Maybe you used to do some artistic thing and it's kind of fallen to the wayside and you can pick it up again. But this is, like, new energy. But still, doing it again is like a fresh new start, right? Doing something new and exciting will be so therapeutic for you and so good for you in so many ways. Like, the Wands, this is high energy, high vibration. Doing new things will get you to that energy. It might seem like it's so far away, like you're nowhere near that, but really finding something that just, like, you align with, that really clicks for you, is going to be so good, and it'll make you feel so good, and you deserve it. Like, that's a form of self-love, is having hobbies and doing things you enjoy. So definitely look into that. Listening to new music, more upbeat music. Making sure the content you consume isn't too negative, you know, and, like, listening to music that lifts you up. Maybe learning a new instrument. Maybe planting a garden. It's almost springtime, right? In most places. Maybe you can do that. And also eating a greener, cleaner diet. Like, getting into that. Moving more. You're about to have a lot more energy, and focusing on this is going to be so good. It really is a form of self-care to take time for yourself. No matter how busy you are, have kids, whatever, taking some time for yourself, well, first, like, it's a form of self-love and you deserve it, but also, like, you'll be a good role model for the people around you, the kids around you, because you're taking time for yourself. You're learning new things. You're never too old to learn new things and do new things either. Anyway, so what new thing can you try? I challenge you this week to try something new. And, you know, the first thing you try might not be the thing you love, but that's okay. You tried. Now go try something else. You know, if it doesn't work, you're going to find this hobby or this thing that you really are passionate about. And what can wait, like, what not to focus on right now is the Two of Cups reversed. And I really feel like this is not focusing on past relationships or the lack of loving relationships in your life right now. What you need to focus on right now, Spirit says, is loving yourself and doing things for yourself first, and then focusing on relationships can come later. You know, the more you love yourself, the more you're going to draw in people that love you and respect you too. So not focusing on past relationships or things that have fallen apart. This could be friendships, family members, you know, things that just were causing this Five of Cups sad energy. It could be family for a lot of people, but it could be any, you know, it could be any sort of relationship. I think this is really a time to focus on yourself. It's okay to be selfish. Selfish is not a bad word. People, I mean, of course you can carry that and you know, and do it in a bad way, but like our culture is like made it seem like selfish is bad, but it's not. Doing things for yourself is good. You know, it's healthy. So focusing on yourself and not the past. And maybe it's not the time if you're feeling down to be like, oh God, I don't have a partner. But like, you know, do you really want to go on dates right now if you're feeling upset? Anyways, you want to be feeling good. So work on feeling good. You don't have to focus on that. And perhaps you're someone that has a marriage or a partner right now. This, again, doesn't have to be a romantic partner. This could be maybe a family member. You had something with a friend falling out, or just a work partnership. It's just a partnership of some kind that didn't work out, or the lack of whatever type of relationship that you're feeling right now is to not focus on it. Maybe you wish you had more friends, or wish you had someone in your life. Maybe for some people, there could be something here with feeling really sad because of a loss. And I'm really sorry if that's the case. And I feel like if it is, they are definitely one of your spirit guides. Oh my God, I can tear up right now. I feel like that's definitely true for at least one of you watching. And they want you to focus on the good things in life. They want you to be happy and do things for yourself. And they love you, you know, and they want you to love yourself too. For what you may be blind to, in regards to this, we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed. So that's what made me kind of think about the family thing, but also I feel like there's something here with not focusing on money, and like maybe some people are really upset because they're worried about like not having a family or not having enough money for the family. Maybe there is like a family business that didn't work out. That's really specific, but I want to avoid, yeah, there's something here. You might need a little time out from family. I know that sounds weird, but are there people around you, like that family or like family, you know, that kind of drain you and bring you down? Is there any way you can take a little break and like just focus on yourself? I know it's not impossible to always cut everyone out, but like if people are draining your energy, if they're bringing you down, it's okay to take a little space for yourself. And Spirit wants you to focus more on the present moment and not the future or the past. Right now, what can you do to practice more self-love and self-care? And right now is the only thing you can change or influence is the present moment. So focus on the present moment. Don't worry about like, oh, what if I never meet a partner and never have kids, or like whatever, we'll never have enough money to do this. If that really is your fear, mate, what can you do now? Like working on yourself now, developing hobbies, working on your health and your happiness will lead to better outcomes in finances and family anyways. So focus your energy on what you can control right now, which is you, your body, your thoughts, you know, and not put so much emphasis in the past and the future. The present moment is the only thing you can influence right now. So right now, Spirit wants you to focus on making yourself feel more loved by yourself. You know, you don't need external validation right now. That's another thing. Yeah, you don't need external validation. You only need yourself. So what can you do for yourself today, right now? Do something kind for yourself today. The overall action and advice is the Death card reversed. And this is like stagnancy and not moving forward, not being able to shed something from the past, for example. And you don't want to miss out on future opportunities because of that. So if you feel like things are stagnant in your life, again, what does Spirit want you to do? Is start something new, do something new, any little thing, you know? Like if you're doing the same thing every day, nothing's going to change, you know? So if you want to feel better, you want to make changes in your life, start today. Little things. Pick up a book. Go outside, you know? Put on some upbeat music and dance and be silly. Have a self-care bath. Make some tea. Draw some art. Watch some rom-com you like have always loved, you know, something comforting to you. Something that makes you feel good. And if you don't know what that is, just try some new things. Anything. Little steps. It's just your soul, your higher self. They want you to Get out of your comfort zone, try new things, and it'll make life a lot more fun. Now let's get specific things that you can do. Spirit, what do you recommend for group number 2? Ooh, this is a cute card. Forest bathing. Forest bathing is a beautiful term for spending time among the trees. It has been found that exposure to the forest supports a lowered stress response, ease, and connection. Exposure to the trees helps your brain to synchronize and is like a reboot for your system. So some self-care practices. Give yourself the gift of forest bathing. Take yourself out into nature and find a beautiful forest. Walk, sit, lie, or dance among the magical trees. Breathe in deeply, walk with intention and awareness of each step you take. Enjoy yourself and spend as long as you can in the forest, taking in the amazing benefits of nature. Recommended dose, 2 to 4 hours is needed. And then extra, measure your pulse, HRV, and blood pressure before and after. Do you notice any differences? And then some questions to think about or journal about. How aware am I of the effects of my environment? Do I put myself in environments that are positive and healing for me? Something to think about, even if you can't get into a forest, you know? Think about your environment. Let's get one more, Spirit. Thank you. Cuddling. Research has found that hugs have health-promoting benefits. They have seen to produce positive endorphins in the body, like oxytocin, and are associated with lowered levels of overall stress. Hugging acts as an effective means of conveying support. Cuddles are a great modifier of the stress response. Cuddling evokes feelings of happiness, connection, and relaxation, as well as improving mood. Who does not want that? Give a 20 to second hug, sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. Give a 20 to 60 second hug a day to a person you love to promote that feel-good chemical release. When you begin to feel unwanted emotions arise, find someone you love and feel safe with. Ask them to give you a big tight hug or cuddle for 1 minute. And also, I feel like for me, that wouldn't be possible today. Well, I mean, in this moment, do you have a little furry friend? And you can hug yourself too. We've done this in my yoga practice. It actually is really comforting. I've done that to like hug my inner child too and like cuddle them. So just so you know, I just want to put that out there. And then question, what is my go-to cuddle hug partner when I need some support? So something to consider, some things, but that is what I have for you, group number 2. I hope this was helpful. I hope this resonated. I hope you enjoyed this reading and got something from it. If you did, please subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, leave a comment. And I do offer private readings. If you are interested, my email is in the description box. So I'm just so grateful you're here. I love you so much. Enjoy today. Enjoy this present moment. I love you. Bye, group 2. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today we are going to get some self-love, advice, messages from your spirit guides. So let's take a moment to call them in. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides of the highest vibrational frequency of group number 3, please be with us today to provide the most meaningful, accurate messages for group number 3 at this time. Thank you for your clear and accurate messages. And thank you, group number 3, for being here. So let's see what the main message from your guides is in regards to self-love, care. What is the main message, Spirit? Thank you. This card has come out in every reading. And what should group number 3 focus on right now in regards to self-care, self-love? And what can wait at this time in regards to self-love? What may group number 3 be blind to? What should group number 3 avoid for their self-love? And what is the overall action and advice you have for group number 3? Bottom of the deck, we have 9 of Cups. I love this energy. I feel like out of all the readings, I feel like you're loving yourself a little more than maybe some, but if not, I feel like it's coming. I feel like something Spirit wants you to know is like, they're like applauding you. I feel like you've done some good things, some healthy things, some loving things for yourself recently. And I feel like they're really aware of that. They're really happy for you, proud of you. And I feel like it's getting your manifestations and like what you want in life are close. They're not too far behind you because you've been doing this inner work, this self-love, the self-care. One thing you may want to do more of potentially, if you're not already, is meditating, spending time, grounding yourself in nature, being by the water. Also, like other mindfulness practices, and get really clear on what it is you want. Even though it seems like you are, I feel like your guides are really letting you know that what you're doing is working. But we're going to get some more advice and see what's going on here. For the main message, you have the Death card here, and I feel like there's some opportunity coming your way. Like how I said, your manifestations seem to be coming soon, and I feel like there's a new doorway of possibility coming. Perhaps there's some ego deaths that's like going on, or you've been shedding. So the Death card is about like shedding parts of us that no longer serve us to make way for the new. So you close one door, you know, to make way for something new is what there is shown here. But it's like you're shedding an old version of you so you can move on to the next phase of life. And I feel like you're in this in-between phase where you're about to move forward. I feel like you've done a lot of work. Maybe you're in the process of it, or you've just done a lot, but there's still a little bit to do. And if so, like, something like this card definitely represents like shadow work, like really identifying what parts of your ego, what parts of yourself, you know, that once served you, it's now ready to let go, ready to cut that tie. Oh yeah. You know what? I did not even pay attention to this until you're reading, because the other readings had different messages, but like they all had this card. But look at, like, you're cutting out any cords that have been cut, or they're going to be cut, like any attachments you've had. This could be like codependent relationships, any sort of attachments that aren't serving you. You're like cutting that, or you're in the middle of it, and really continuing to do the work you're doing. And some of you guys might be like, what work am I doing? You're something about keeping your thoughts positive, maybe more so than you used to, but for more work to do is like, what attachments do you have? That's something to journal about, to think about. And you can look up shadow work journal prompts as well. And there's like meditations too you can look up on YouTube, like free resources here. Of course, there's like books out there and stuff on shadow work, but you can look that up, Google it if you want. But I feel like just really doing that. There's some podcasts out there that's really good. What's one? There's this woman that calls herself like the ego whisperer, because she like helps people identify their egos. I can't remember, I'm so sorry, but my point is you can find free resources to look into that if you want. But you're like, look how close you are to like that cord cutting. I feel like that's how close you are to moving on to the next phase. You're shedding the old and you're making way for something new, and this is awesome. And for what's due now, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Love this. Like, talk about like self-love, abundance, nurturing. This is all like, yeah, just like nurturing yourself, loving yourself, parenting yourself. Like, just, this is such an abundant card. I feel like one thing like you can do is like just look around you and think about like how grateful you are for all that you have. And I know some people might be like, not love their current situation, but there's still things to love, you know. And if you want this new situations to rise, a new future, you still need to be grateful for the present moment, you know. Being in the state of gratitude is so important to get your manifestations and to level up in life. So really practicing gratitude and like nurturing yourself, like doing whatever it is that makes you feel abundant. This is so, I really feel like there's already a lot of abundant, like you're already doing something. I feel like whatever you're doing is great. Whatever are you doing? I feel like you don't realize that you're doing a lot. And we'll get to that. But I feel like reading books will be really helpful for you. Spending time at home, like making your home a sanctuary is really like great. Like just being in an environment every day, which, you know, we spend most of our time at home, especially these days, right? Making your home more of a sanctuary. How can you make it more like beautiful and you're like more comforting? Like everyone's definition of what they would want for that is different. So I mean, I can't tell you how you want your house, but is there something you can do to make it a little bit more comfortable? Like maybe you can like declutter a little bit. This room's sticking out for me. Clean. Spend more time with your little fur babies, your real babies, whatever that is. Just like having just a like lovely, like safe home, and like cherishing that and being grateful for that, and being grounded. The Queen of Pentacles is very grounded. Like, so doing grounding practices. We already, actually, that came up when I was looking at this card, like having your feet in the grass, like spending time in nature, meditating for sure. Maybe doing some yoga. Water seems important. Maybe you can like, one thing, you can like bless your water before you drink it. Like, because have you heard of that study like by Dr. Emoto, I think? Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. But there's a study that showed like water reacts to words. Like you can tell water you love it, and then you freeze it, and the water molecules are like a beautiful crystalline structure. But if you're like, I hate you, water, you're the worst, etc., you know, say just negative things, then the water looks awful. It doesn't crystallize beautifully like the loving messages ones do. So that's like says a lot. First of all, like how our thoughts are powerful. Think about our bodies are like 70% water. So maybe you can do something like that, have water rituals, like talk to your water, be lovingly, but also main thing is to talk to yourself lovingly, like, you know, because like how you speak to yourself will affect you completely, even like internally, you know, your health and everything could even, definitely your mental health. So maybe just paying attention to the thoughts that run through your mind, and meditation will be really helpful for that. But really like practice gratitude, and like just be aware of your thoughts, and just love your present situation, even if it's not your ideal situation. Be grateful for what you have, and that'll help make way for new, help, you know, move forward to this next phase of life. And what can wait? We have the Tower, which I feel like this is like self-destructive things. Maybe some of us, like I've definitely been there, can kind of be like self-sabotagers, and a lot of times it could be self-consciously, but like when things are going good, maybe we get uncomfortable. We're like, oh no, like waiting for the other shoe to drop, or whatever that saying is, you know. So focusing on the positive and stuff will help prevent anything like that happening, any self-destructive behaviors, especially in this deck, this Tower. Like she just did that. Sometimes we need to have some purposeful destruction to move forward in life, but that's not the case here for this. I feel like there was this energy too of like being home. I mean, of course you can leave your house, but like spending more time at home, like and working on yourself, and just recognizing maybe any potential self-destructive habits you may have. Maybe you push people away, you make a situation a little chaotic when it doesn't have to be. And I'm not saying you do this, I'm just saying this is possible. It's something to look out for. They're just avoiding any destructive tendencies. And I feel like there's a lot of energy here about being more in your divine feminine, no matter what your gender is, and kind of maybe there needs to be more balance between your divine feminine and masculine. And this is like definitely a Mars card here, like a little destructive, you know, a little aggressive. And there's something here just being more like yin, like being more receptive, being more in this nurturing phase. And yeah, just avoiding anything, if you can recognize any patterns from the past that maybe seemed self-destructive, or things that just led to disaster, you know, any decision you made, reflect on that and just avoid that. This is what can wait. So Spirit just wants to bring that to your attention. And what you may be blind to, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and look, she's just like happily reading there. She's got her wine, her book, and I feel like things might be better than you realize is kind of what I'm getting from this. Like, that's why when I look at your reading compared to the other ones, it seems like everyone's amazing and doing well, but I feel like you might be higher in your self-development or in your self-love at this time, and maybe you don't realize it, but I feel like you've come a long way, and you've done, like, from the past, maybe in the past you can like when looking at this card and seeing how destruction in the past, chaotic energy in the past, maybe you can really reflect on that and be like, wow, I really have come a long way. Because I feel like Spirit is trying to say here, you don't realize how far you've come and how much you've done, and also how lovely you are, and stuff like that. And also like that you are just fine on your own. You don't need other people. Like your self-love, your own validation is like all you need, and that you're just fine. You're doing just fine. Also, like something about like reading books on self-love, or just like maybe a practice for you. Maybe you really enjoy having a glass of wine, reading a book, or having, just the book part. Like maybe spending a little bit more leisure time on things you love will be really helpful for you too. But this is like a really lovely energy here. And what to avoid in terms of, like, it could be like hurting self-love, is the Hangman reversed, which is interesting. I feel like Spirit wants you to maybe avoid having like, I don't think you need to like play martyr. Oh, God, how do I say this? Maybe you've always been really helpful for other people, help other people clean up their messes, kind of like that, like being a martyr type energy. And you don't need to do that at your own detriment, like help people out of their messes. This could be a really specific message for some of you, but like maybe there's a family member or kid, a spouse, whoever, and maybe they get into this destructive habits and stuff, and you have to help them and clean up the mess and stuff. And like, I feel like Spirit's like, you don't need to sacrifice your own self-love, your own like thing that's going on for you, this like really pleasant environment. You don't always have to be the martyr that goes out and like helps everyone, and also look at that key in this hand. I feel like you have the answers you need, like, and I feel like you already know that. I feel like Spirit doesn't want you to get off track and like maybe get yourself in a bind, but really also working on your perspectives. Sometimes we can avoid seeing things from a new perspective, a different perspective, and if you continue to like read and work on yourself, that won't be an issue. But the main thing I'm seeing here is not to let other people's drama and stuff interfere with your own self-care, your self-love practices, and your own environment. Like, if someone else is causing so much chaos in your life, is that really, like, do you need to be a part of it? Does it even involve you? That seems to be the main message here. And for overall action and advice, if there is like stuff like this that's just not your problem, release those burdens. The Ten of Wands reverse is all about like delegating responsibilities, releasing burdens. So if you related to what we were just talking about, release that. That's not your burden. I know sometimes we feel it is, and they might be upset if you don't keep helping them because you have before, but it's not your burden, And also, maybe you've been really busy and have all this stuff. Are there things you can delegate to other people, tasks around the home, so you can spend more time doing your self-love and self-care? Like, are there unnecessary things you're holding on to also? Like things from the past, self-limiting beliefs, anything that's weighing you down? Something to reflect on. You're so close to some new beginning, some shedding of something. You're already in the process of it, I can see. But like, just the advice Spirit's saying, is there anything else you can release that's no longer serving you? That is the main message. That's current Ten of Wands reverse. Releasing what no longer serves you is the main message here. And a lot of it could be self-destructive tendencies, and that could vary. This is a general reading. And also playing the martyr and always being there for other people and stuff, and like, just cutting out that. This is a peaceful energy here. There's someone else's energy that might be interrupting that, and Spirit wants you to be aware of that. Now let's get some specific advice from Spirit to see what you can do in terms of self-love. Spirit, what self-love activities do you suggest for group number 3? Dancing, I love that. So let's see what it says. Dance is an amazing mood booster and a powerful technique to relieve stress. Dance has been observed to increase levels of feel-good hormones and help develop new neural connections, especially in regions involved in executive function, long-term memory, and spatial recognition. Movement in general is an amazing pick-me-up, so get up and start moving. Self-care practices. The first one is get up, turn on some music, and dance away your worries. Moving to the music will begin to release neurochemicals that help support a good mood. And then 2, turn the music up loud and sing along while dancing to your heart's content. Feel the music, feel your body, and feel the present moment. Enjoy the movement. Smile and let go of worries. And then 3, join a dancing group or class. And then some questions to think about or journal. Where do I want to bring more joy into my life? What brings me joy in the now? I love those journal questions. Awesome. Let's get one more. Oh my gosh. Journaling. Journaling works best when done regularly, but even occasionally. It is a great tool for deepening awareness of oneself and self-reflection. It is especially useful when used to prepay positive emotions and practice gratitude. We were talking about gratitude. Gratitude is an amazing tool that projects positive long-term life satisfaction. So we have 3 options for self-care. The first one, write 3 things down that you are grateful for. Do this as a practice every day. When you begin to feel uneasy, return to your journal and read through what you have written to remind you all is well. I love that. And then option 2, write a list of people who you are grateful for. Write 5 reasons you are grateful for each person. And option 3, write down the positive events of your day and the successes of your week. Only focus on what was a success and what went well. And then the questions are, do I take the time to focus on gratitude in my day? What am I grateful for in this moment? I love that this is the last card we drew because that was like a big message in the beginning. So awesome. So that is what I have for you, group number 3. I hope this reading resonated. I hope you found it helpful and enjoyable. If you did, please subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, leave a comment. And I do offer private readings if you're interested. My email is in the description box. But I'm really so grateful you're here. I love you so much. Enjoy today. Enjoy this present moment. You deserve it. Love yourself. I love you. Bye, group 3.